Good plumbing versus bad plumbing. You get what you pay for. Today I'm going to show you the difference, how to tell between good plumbing and bad plumbing, and things that you need to be on the lookout for, whether you're a plumber working for a company or a customer trying to hire one. Either way, this can help save you money. Please subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment, like the video, do everything everybody asks you to do. So first of all, cheaper is not always better. If you're a buyer and you're hiring a plumbing company and you're one of these people you just call around, who's going to do it for the cheapest price? I want you to understand you're probably giving up quality. You're giving up something. The reason I say this is you cannot be the best plumbing company in town and charge the least amount. It doesn't work that way. And if you're a plumber and you work for the cheapest plumbing company in town, think about it. Do you have new trucks? Do you have good vehicles? Do you have the right tools that you need all the time? Or is it, well, we've only got one of these, let's share it between 10 different trucks. Hopefully you're on the truck that has it when you need it. If not, that's going to affect your efficiency rating. Everybody wants to work for a plumbing company that makes profit. But a lot of times they end up going to work for the cheapest plumbing company because they think it's better, they think things will be better. Here's the deal. If you want to work for a company where you can learn and grow and get better, chances are it's not going to be the cheapest plumbing company in town. I've seen the cheapest. I've seen how they do things. I've also worked for some of the most expensive, and I've seen how they do things. If you want to be a plumber and be well-trained, well-educated, have people invest in you, in your education, chances are that's not the cheapest plumbing company in town. If you're a homeowner, what are they giving up? Are they giving up quality? I remember I used to see a sign on the wall. It says, you know, you can have it good, you can have it fast, you can have it cheap. You can't have all three. And that's really true. There's a lot to that. If you're getting it cheap, you're not getting good and you're probably not getting it fast. You can break that down any direction you go. So if you're a plumber going to work for a company, or if you're a homeowner wanting to hire one, I definitely recommend not going the cheapest. Now, I'm not going to say you have to go the most expensive. There's a lot in between. But to be honest, I would probably go someone closer to the more expensive than to the cheapest, because I think you're going to get more value out of it in the long run. So remember, stay to the end and I'll help you figure out which company you may want to work for or which company you may want to hire if you're looking for a job or you're looking for a plumber to come out and work for you. Now, here's the thing that a lot of companies skip on, and it's really funny because when I'm in continuing education, a lot of times the provider will say, who in here pulls a permit for everything they do, everything they're supposed to? I raise my hand and I look around the room. Not many people are raising their hand. As a matter of fact, I've been in a room sometime where I'm the only one with my hand up, with over 40 people in it. If a company's not pulling a permit, not getting the work inspected to save you money, here's what they're really doing. They're putting in work that they're either not sure if it will pass inspection or they just don't want to do things illegally. Here's the thing, as a homeowner, even if you do the work, you're supposed to pull a permit and get it inspected. It's to make sure plumbers do the right thing. We run a good company. We run a tight company, but every now and then you still have a plumber get a red tag because he missed something and didn't get it right. Well, that could hurt the homeowner in the long run. So I always recommend, if you're a homeowner hiring a plumbing company, make sure you call the city and ask them, does this work need to be inspected? Does it need to be permitted? And then when you start talking to a plumbing company, ask them, are you pulling a permit and are you getting this inspected? See what they tell you. See if they're being honest with you or not. Make sure you hang around to the end and I'll tell you a couple of things that you can do to help make sure you're hiring the right plumbing company. If you're a plumber and you work for a company that's not pulling permits and getting their work inspected, my question would be, why not? Really, it doesn't save them any money. They're either gonna pass that on to the buyer, which is the proper way to do it, or they're just gonna charge them more and not really do the work. And to me, that is flat out theft. Another thing, second opinions. I think second opinions are great. If the plumbing company that you've brought out did not sell the value, doesn't make you understand, look, you got the right company, you got the right people, it's the right time to do it, the value of what they're selling you is good for you. If you believe that right from the get-go, go ahead and get it. If you do get a second opinion as a homeowner, I'm telling you, make sure you're comparing apples to apples. When we do jobs, we clearly define what we're doing, why we do it that way, and the value of it. Here's the things. A lot of people, they'll look at somebody else's estimate and say, wow, you know what, I can cut the price by getting rid of this, this, and this, but they won't tell the homeowner that. Second opinions, make sure you're comparing apples to apples. Is this company doing exactly what this company is? And does it make sense? A lot of times too, you'll have other companies that come in, they'll leave things out just so they can underbid it and get the job. Then they'll get in and say, hey, by the way, you may want to go ahead and do this. By the time they add things in and jack it back up, chances are you'd have been better off in the first place. And again, the first person who came out may have actually told you the right way to do things. Now this company feels like they've got to keep up with that. Deal with a reputable company. And the next one, this is a big one. You don't always have to replace everything. When I go in, say we're doing a sewer test on a house due to a slab leak. Here's the thing, if I find a certain section of pipe that is leaking, I want to give that homeowner the opportunity to just replace that. So I'll give them 3 options for that. Either go through the floor, make the repair there, tunnel under. If it's a water line, maybe a reroute overhead, or if it's close to an exterior wall, maybe a reroute around to the front of the house and then cap off the old line. So there's different things you can do. But also I will tell them, hey, while we're under here, it may be smart to go ahead and go further and do this. You don't always have to do that. And if it starts leaking later, you could possibly put off that replacement. But here's the thing. What's it going to cost later? How much more time is it going to take? And what all are you going to repay for, like permits, inspections, things like that? Sometimes the option to replace everything is actually the best way to go. But I want you to remember, you don't always have to replace everything. Make sure as a plumber, you're giving them the opportunity to go ahead and make any additional repairs that may be harder to get to later. I mean, think about it. If you've got a house, say it's 100 feet long and you tunnel 50 feet in, well, if you're already in the middle, it may be smart to go ahead and replace some of that pipe just to keep from tunneling that far again. And if you explain it to your homeowner, sometimes that can make all the difference in the world. Now, if you're a plumber, do me a favor, leave me a comment down below and let me know, do you recommend things like that? Do you always give your customers 3 options? If not, you really should. If you're a homeowner and you've had a plumber come in, did he give you options or did he just say, hey, this is what you need to do and you need to do it right now? So next thing is, some criminals come dressed as plumbers.
Wayne, you'll pose as a plumber. You'll locate and open the water main, causing a flood in the facility's only restroom.
Not just plumbers, electricians, HVAC techs, roofers.
Posing as a plumber will cut the power, unlocking all of the units.
Shouldn't I be an electrician?
What electrician would cut power, Beth? They love power. Next time, think.
Garage door repair companies. Man, I had to actually throw one of those guys out of the house for trying to rip me off, telling me I had to replace this spring before he could touch my door. He literally said, I can tell by looking at it, it's gonna break this week. That was 5 years ago. That spring is still in place. I think I was dealing with a crook. But understand, just because you call a professional and they come out, even if they've got a license, it doesn't matter. There are some people out there ripping people off, and I hate to see that. So some things that you can do. Number 1, go in and check the reviews of a company. You're looking for anything 4.5 stars or higher on a 5-star system. If they've got less than that, it's got to make you think, look, maybe they are ripping people off. Maybe they are doing things wrong. Does that help you understand the difference in good plumbing and bad plumbing? But also remember, while you're looking at these reviews, if they've got nothing but 5-star reviews, read them. Sometimes the reviews don't even make sense. A lot of people buy reviews from around the world. Deal with a reputable company. You're going to appreciate it in the long run. If you like this video, do me a favor, share it with somebody that you know that may need to know this information. And if you really loved it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the Expert Plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.